don't expect any sort of script here. I'm just sitting here by myself in this building that I'm staying in, and I have nothing better to do. And I wanted to ramble at the camera while I talk about the movie Twisters. This is on my phone. I'm just doing it, just shooting my stuff. If the accent comes in and out, I don't know why my brain does that. You know, it's a thing. I'm trying to stop it, but sometimes it just sneaks up when I hear a lot of an accent. It's just how I'm built. But I went to see Twisters because it's probably the most I'm excited about a movie for like the rest of the year, basically. Unless the Haikyuu movie comes out in 2024, then I will be all over that. But in the meantime, this was really it. I wasn't expecting a whole lot. I was like, this looks like the most fun thing I'll see because I do not care about Deadpool. And it delivered. It was great. There's something so thrilling about just like that tornado chasing process. But then there's also a good bit of like the deep part of your humanity where you're like, I do not want to see innocent people killed by a tornado. That gets you going, gets you in the feels, gets you in the emotions. Which you pile on with like the thriller aspect, and I'm just sitting there like I'm crying in the club, but not. It's just a dark theater by myself. It's probably the busiest movie I've been to in a while, but it was also in a theater I had never been in before, so it was a lot smaller than I'm used to. It was pretty good. I was pleasantly surprised, but it was like a minute walk away, so I went, why not? Might as well. And I saw this movie by myself. As I tend to see most movies, I'm not against the idea of seeing a movie with other people. I just haven't really ever done it. The last I did it was like Black Panther, or like some random time in the summer during college. I guess it was during college, but ones that I can remember that had impact was Black Panther. But I think there's something to me that's like special about that movie going experience by myself that I really just kind of felt in touch with because I'm on vacation in an area I don't really know by myself, just kind of killing time because everyone else I know is off doing other things for the rest of the night that I am not a part of. So I think there was this degree of like comfort, I guess is the best word to put it, because it's the same movie going experience. Like each different place, different time, like it's like home, you know? It's a comfort place that it felt like nice. Because I've spent the past about week or so just kind of going back and forth from place to place. And it's a lot. It's a lot to just be having to be at the mercy of other people and really working on their schedule. Where it's like I've been asking for rides like every day, just going off people where they're going, road tripping, doing this, that, and the other thing, which is fun. I admittedly very enjoying that. I'm having a blast. But it's still a young man in a foreign land. And it's not scary. It's just like different. I think it's a new experience that I'm not super comfortable with, but like I'm doing because I want to be here and want to have fun. But I think going to see Twisters, it really didn't have to be Twisters. It was just the movie that I wanted to see and I had time to see it, so I watched it today. That I think really tapped into like what movie going's all about, you know? It's just when those lights go down, the movie starts to play, you're just sitting there like, this is it. This is what life's all about. Just crying about a tornado movie because you don't want to watch little innocent people in Oklahoma get swept up by a big thing of wind. And it's all you need sometimes. It's the little things in life. You just find comfort in the things you know. It comes in the most unexpected of places, but it was nice. It was 2 hours. I didn't look at my phone, didn't check anything, just in the moment. It's like this place feels familiar, even though I've never been to this theater before, and maybe I'll never be back. It was just nice. As for the movie itself, great time. Really like not the most hard out of a movie this month at least, because this is the big month of like Despicable Me, and I haven't seen Longlegs yet, so that's a ways away. I said I'm not watching that in a dark room. That's not like a comfort thing. That's like I don't feel safe in there. And then Deadpool, I don't. That's not a sincere movie. It is a quiplash and a half. But I think Twisters to me appealed in its earnesty, where it's like you get what you see on the box. You're getting a movie about tornadoes where they're trying to kill one, and it's like, yep, that delivered, and it was a blast. I had a great time. And I think there's like that too, where it's this aspect of movie going where it's like some of it just feels so like false. Where I don't know, there's no like heart in it. Like it feels like it was made to just be made, which like admittedly is a bit weird to say for Twisters or like a Lego sequel, but like not really to Twister. But I think Twisters works because ultimately it's just a movie about tornadoes. Like I'm surprised we don't have like 20 more of those. But instead we have 2. And there's 2 tornadoes in this, but like not all of it. Like it's not really a movie that feels like He's Right Behind Me, isn't he, kind of movie. Or just like a vapid attempt at like romance or something, where it's like this is a thing that I understand the audience for, and I'm sure it'll do great, but I'm looking at it and I'm like that. I'm not feeling a pulse, Chief. I think we're out of left here. Which is really just like personal preference to some extent. It's just kind of the vibe I get. But to me, that's an important thing, is to feel like a pulse at least. Like a thing that has been made with love that doesn't feel like it's taking the piss out of itself every 2 seconds. Or just like taking the piss out of the thing it exists in. And like ultimately I think Twisters understands like the appeal, but also like how to make a tornado movie effective, which is just the like thrill, where it ultimately is, if you're like a storm chaser, like a thrilling thing, but it also is just like the most dangerous thing ever, where it's like, yeah, there are several scenes where it's like they're like an inch closer and they'd all be dead. Like so many people in this just get swept away, and it's like, yeah, that's just how it is. Like these people are just living their lives, all of a sudden a tornado comes in and bam, everything's gone. And it's sad. Yeah, it's sad on like a human level, where it's like even outside of a movie, when you see stuff like that about like the aftermath of tornadoes and hurricanes, stuff like that, where it's just like these people who have like lost it all and are just like, what do? You can't do anything. You just stand there and you're like, well, I gotta keep moving. It's like, for some reason I am still alive. And I think that's what kind of siphoned through at the end of it, where it's like this despair inducing thing where these people have lost it all, but it's like ultimately like you're still alive. You got to keep walking. And I think it gets at a nice thing that I love a lot in anything, which is like the indomitable human spirit, where it's like you never can give up. You just keep trucking on no matter what gets thrown at you in life and just like everything. And I love that. That's my inject that into my veins every day of the week. I love that stuff with all my heart and soul and everything inside of it. It is just my favorite because ultimately, like, I love seeing people just fighting. It feels good. Yeah. Great performances all around. Lion Powell, great. It's Twizzlers is also like a very like again like an earnest movie. Like the romance subplot is not like it's not explicitly romance, but like it's two people that can match each other's freak, for lack of a better term in my head right now. Where it's like these are two people who are obsessed with tornadoes, but also understand like these are not to be underestimated. And then there's also the subplot of like the guys who come in and go, well, I'll buy the land that all just got destroyed. And it's like, these people just lost everything in your life. And you're like, here's 20 grand to get out. And it's like, okay, maybe don't do that. That's a little weird. But that's people. For all the good, there is some evil in there. But I think ultimately what the movie's telling you is like, you gotta care about the people. Like it's about the people for these things. You gotta keep them safe. And I think that's a good message to have. It's a very overt message. If you watch the movie, there's a specific scene that they're just telling you the theme. Like it's pretty obvious what it's about. And like it's impossible to not get. Unless you're not paying attention, which who knows who is or isn't. But great picture. What a movie. What a comforting time at the movies. And that's all you really need, to just wander on down the street by yourself in a place you don't know and find a movie theater, walk in, get your snacks. Got myself a new bag of Starburst Mini to eat for like a month. It's the dream. Finish the movie, walk out, walk back, and you feel refreshed, but also very sweaty. Because that's what I feel every time. But hey, I watched a good movie, so I do not care. I had a great time. So go watch it. Please do. Actually, go please watch it. Like it's fighting an uphill battle this month, I think. Because I think once Deadpool comes out, it's not over for this movie, but it's gonna take a big hit. Even though if you ask me to pick between Twisters and Deadpool 3, I'm picking Twisters every day of the week. It is not even a question, debate, or discussion. Which, like, more power to you watching Deadpool 3. I'm watching the tornado movie. Do what you want, I guess. I'm not going to condemn you for wanting that. Yeah. As you can tell, this is just off the cuff. I was walking. This is the movie review's over now. I'm just rambling a bit because I want to. That I don't know. This is more like a not a writer speak where it's just like I finished the movie and I was walking out and I felt like compelled in my soul to talk about something. It's like it's that nice feeling as like a person who likes to make things and create things and write about things, that you have experiences like that where you experience something, or like I have to go just let it out. It's this like cathartic thing to just vent out all of the things in your head onto a page, into a video, into an art piece, whatever you do. I'm just doing a video because I got to charge my iPad to write this script for whatever else I wanted to do. So here I am, sitting against a wall in a room with a portable charger hooked up to my phone, having the time of my life. Just living the game. But I think I got everything out of me. At least in terms of off the cuffness. But now I have this video so I can make a broader point in a future thing if I so desire. I've still got several hours before anything happens around here, but Twisters was a great movie. I had a great time. Goodbye.